everybody, it's Dr. Jo and my good friend Dr. Jen, and today we're going to show you some exercises for stress incontinence. So let's get started.
Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert.
So Dr. Jen, tell us a little bit about you and stress incontinence.
Well, I am a pelvic floor physical therapist, so what that means is I specialize in treating men, women, and children with bowel, bladder, sexual complaints, or pain in the pelvis. One of the most common diagnoses that I see in my practice is stress urinary incontinence. And what that is involuntary leakage of urine with any sort of increase in intra-abdominal pressure. So think cough, sneeze, laugh, lift, jump. What happens is we create tension in the system or the core, and our muscles are not able to hold that back. So the true core is made up of respiratory diaphragm at the top, or our breathing muscle, pelvic floor at the bottom. Those are the muscles that wrap around the urethra, the vagina, and the anus. Deep transversus abdominis, or kind of the innermost layer of the abdominals, and then multifidus in the back. So these muscles all work beautifully together, rhythmically, to stabilize the spine and pelvis, support our organs, and prevent us from leakage. But sometimes those muscles can become weak, uncoordinated, tense, or tight, and then all of a sudden we start jumping and a little bit of leakage or a little bit of urine can come out beyond our control. So I want to show you my top 5 exercises to help minimize that.
Awesome. Who knew so much was involved in all of that?
It's intense. So the most foundational exercise to help you manage the intra-abdominal pressure created with exercise is actually breathing. It's not a very sexy exercise. It's not anything wild or crazy. But if you can master this, you'll find that most of your leakage will already improve. I always tell my patients, if air is not coming out here in the form of breath, it's coming out down below. So what I typically see is patients will jump rope or do a box jump, and they're holding their breath, and so the pressure comes out down below and a little bit of urine will come out as well. So it's very, very important that you're able to master diaphragmatic breathing, and everything we do from here on out is a basic progression. So what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to lie down with your knees bent and your back comfortably supported, one hand on the belly and the other hand on the chest. And what I'd like for you to do is imagine that as you inhale through the nose, you feel your belly fill up with air and then the chest moves slightly. Long exhale. I do love for the breath to be audible. That way we know that the air is coming out here with physical activity. So again, to master the breathing, inhale, belly gets big, feel the chest rise slightly. Long exhale. Perfect, perfect. Minimal movement of anything else, no accessory muscles, just abdomen fills up as the diaphragm comes down, chest rises slightly, long exhale.
Do you have a preference through breathing out through your mouth or through your nose?
I do. I prefer in through the nose and out through the mouth. So we always tell people, smell the flowers, blow out the candles. Okay. Inhale through the nose, belly gets big, chest starts to rise, long exhale through the mouth. Perfect. Usually I have patients do this for about 2 minutes. It will, one, calm the nervous system, help you kind of bring your focus to the pelvis, but also it's the foundation of now the co-contracting that we're going to progress to. Okay, so we talked about respiratory diaphragm, pelvic floor, deep abdominals, and low back muscles. What I want to focus on is with your exhalation, with the effort, we're going to pair an exhale, but we're going to start firing up the transversus abdominis and the pelvic floor. So I like for you to place your hands kind of on the inside of those hip bones. And before we pair the breathing, let's find the deep abdominals by gently drawing belly button in towards the spine. So minimal movement of the spine and pelvis occurs, okay? You can release. Gently find belly button in towards the spine, or imagine pulling your hip bones together and then release. The pelvic floor lives inside the body, so we won't see any movement, but we also shouldn't see any compensation of the thighs or the buttocks. So for the pelvic floor, I want you to find the urethra or the anus. Imagine that you're going to stop from passing gas or releasing urine and let go. Nothing too exciting to see. If we see Dr. Jo squeezing and clenching and breath holding, all wrong. It's a moot point. Don't even practice the exercise, okay? It should look like nothing is happening. So here is the hard part. How do we get all of those muscles working together? So I'm going to talk you through and I'm going to cue you. Okay. We'll start abs and breath. So inhale, belly gets big. Exhale, pull belly button in towards the spine. Feel the lower abdominals contract with that exhale and release. Inhale, belly gets big. Find those lower abs. Stabilize the spine and pelvis with the exhale. Beautiful. And let go. Let's add pelvic floor. That was awesome. That was not a toot. That was a gurgle. It was the colon movement by compressing the abs. I love it. Where do you think we should start over?
That's fine.
We're gonna leave that in.
Yeah.
We should.
Brr. We got a little movement. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. This is really.
Gosh. And I was like, oh no, it's too quiet.
Oh, shoot. Inhale, belly gets big. Exhale, draw belly button to the spine. Squeeze pelvic floor. Fabulous long exhale and release. Imagine if you could do this, and I know it's slow motion, but imagine if you could do this with every activity. A box jump, a deep squat. If you can, find your stability. Exhale with every effort. You've already managed the pressure. It's come out here and I'm lifting from the bottom, and most of the time this will completely eliminate incontinence. And so let's start adding some movement with it, okay? So same rules apply. I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but I really want you guys to be able to get this. Inhale sets up the exercise, belly gets big. Exhale, belly button to the spine, pelvic floor lifts as the hips come up. Now we're getting a glute bridge, staying stable here, and come on down. Fabulous. So we're starting the foundational movement of hip hinging or getting our glutes firing to support the posterior pelvis. And this will be great to progress to squats and lunges, those kind of things. So let's work through that a few times. We're gonna try about 5 repetitions and I'll continue to cue Dr. Jo. Inhale, belly gets big. Exhale, pull belly button to the spine, lift from the bottom, hips come up, and then come back down. Fabulous. Inhale, belly gets big. Exhale, tummy tight. Lift from the bottom, closure, come up. I love it. And come back down. Here's number 3. Inhale, belly gets big. Feel the deep abdominals tighten as you exhale. Lift pelvic floor, holding back gas or urine. Hips come up. And then come on down. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, belly gets big. Exhale, pull the tummy tight. Lift from the bottom, hips come up, and then come on down. Perfect. All right, so exercise number 4, we're gonna change our position a little bit. One thing that I think is really important is people might find these exercises and do them all in the same position. And what the core needs more than anything is to be challenged and to have exercises that are diverse in different positions. So the core loves variety. If you just practice lying down, trust me, you won't leak when you're lying down. Awesome. But that's not when you're exercising. We're up and we're moving and we're transitioning. So the next position is quadruped or on hands and knees. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and take it to all fours. This is also called tabletop position, okay? And what I don't want is I don't want this big arch or sag in your low back. I don't want you super rounded, but what I want is a nice neutral spine, okay? And again, focusing on setting up the exercise with that maximal range of motion of the diaphragm. What I want Dr. Jo to do is I want her to let her belly sags as she inhales without moving the spine. Beautiful. So inhale, belly gets big. Exhale, pull belly button to the spine. Beautiful. Again, minimal movement, nice stability. And I'm still using my hands underneath. I know you won't be able to do that, but I can feel that contraction. Let's pair it with the pelvic floor. Inhale, belly gets big. That's it. Pull belly button to the spine as pelvic floor lifts and hold and release. So let's add opposite arm, opposite leg. And the reason I love that is because it's a reciprocal pattern, okay? Oftentimes people will leak with running, walking, those kind of things. And let's train the brain to fire the core with opposite arm, opposite legs. So the foundation is core stability. Nothing moves here. The hip will move and the arm will extend, but only after we set the exercise. Are you ready?
I think so.
Inhale, inhale, belly gets big. Exhale, pull those abs tight. Pelvic floor lifts, arm goes up, leg goes back. Can you feel closure at the bottom? And then bring it back. Beautiful, beautiful. Inhale, belly gets big. Exhale through your mouth as tummy gets tight. Pelvic floor lifts, arm goes out, leg goes behind you. Beautiful. And then come back. You should feel closure like you're holding back gas or urine. You should feel a subtle tension in your abdominals. And then once you you've set the exercise. We move our arms and legs. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, belly gets big. Exhale, pull belly button to the spine as the pelvic floor lifts. Arm goes up, leg goes back, hold, and come back down. Other side. Inhale, belly gets big. Exhale, drawing the abs in. Close the openings of the anus and urethra as our leg and our arm go in opposite directions. And then bring it back in. Beautiful. So for each of these, you can sit back onto your heels. Each of these, about 5 to 10 repetitions, and you can progress from breathing, 5 beautiful breaths, co-contracting, the glute bridge, quadruped, opposite arm, opposite leg. And then now we're really going to get to the fun, kind of bounding or introducing some real strain to the core. So we'll start in standing. Okay, so for this last exercise in standing, I want you guys to challenge yourself on one leg or something called single leg stance. So running, plyometrics, box jumps, lunges oftentimes require stability on one leg. And I want you guys to find your core, connect with your breath on one leg, and then we're going to add, like I said, some pressure to the system. So for setup, what I'd like for you to do is stand on one leg. We're going to do both, so it doesn't matter. And I want to make sure that we have a soft bend in the knee because we're going to do some absorption or some landing. And then I want your rib cage to be nicely over your pelvis. So not that arch or that rounding, but just a good position of rib cage over pelvis. Once you find your balance, again, we inhale and set up the exercise. Feel belly button come towards the spine, pelvic floor lift as you stabilize on one leg. This is excellent, excellent. She has great balance. She's able to stand for quite some time. Let's practice again. Inhale, belly gets big. Exhale through the mouth as tummy gets tight, pelvic floor lifts. We've set it. Beautiful. What we're going to do next time is we're going to add some bounding. So you can put your leg down if you'd like, but all she's going to do, big or small, you can start small and work your way different directions, different impact. But what I'd like for you to do is the same thing, and then you're going to bound to your side, okay? So single leg stance, nice position of rib cage over pelvis. Inhale, belly gets big. Exhale, find your core, tummy tight, pelvic floor lifts, bound. And then rest, put the other leg down. Let's go the other way, okay? So, standing on that right leg, soft bend in the knee, let's set the exercise. Inhale. Exhale, pull abs in, lift pelvic floor, blow out as you bound, and then put your foot back down. Listen, so what she did is as she did the impact, blew out through her mouth and then supported from the bottom and the sides, which will minimize leakage, okay? Let's practice one more time on each side. Just so everyone can see, soft bend in the knees, rib cage over pelvis. Inhale, belly gets big. Exhale, pull tummy tight, lift, blow out. Here we go, bound. I love it. And then foot goes down. If you don't know what to do with your hands, you can take them and do what you did when we were lying down and place them on the inside of your hip bones. You can feel the lower abdominals contract. So standing on the right, soft bend, inhale, expansion. Exhale, tummy tight, squeeze pelvic floor, blow. Beautiful. That is the last exercise I have for you guys. But once you can do the core, the breath, and movement, you can incorporate it into all of your tasks. Again, those higher level fun exercises. If you're just leaking simply when you go from sit to stand, post-surgery, aging, weakness, you can do that same thing. Inhale, belly gets big. Exhale, squeeze the core, lift from the bottom, and then you can stand up. Hopefully that helps with your symptoms of leakage.
And you can see that as I got to my last couple ones with each round, it got easier for me to do. So make sure that at each step, you're accomplishing it and doing it correctly before you go on to the next progression.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And it happens quickly, you guys. This is brain retraining. It's not necessarily muscle strength. It's using your brain to find the appropriate muscles and then perform the exercise. So play around with it and you'll find that your symptoms can improve pretty quickly.
All right, so there you have it. If you'd like to see some more awesome videos with Dr. Jen, we've made a playlist for you. You can click on it up there. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking down there. And remember, be safe, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.